Somewhere in the snowy mountains, a section of small mountain collapsed. A large blue corrupted gem is slammed back into the icy wall. The crystal gems, with the exception of Spinel, surrounding it. All small pieces of icicles fell from above. "All right, everyone," Garnet directed. "One more attack and it should do it," Pearl said. The corrupted gem looked up, an icicle piercing through its right arm and breaking it off its body. Stephen cringed, holding his arm. "Yikes, your arm!" Garnet made a leap towards the monster and punched it, causing it to shatter and break apart. Poofing thing and the gem, it's floating in midair. Pearl quickly caught the gem, bubbled it, and it went away. Now there's nothing standing between us and the shooting star. The cavern began to crumble yet again. More icicles fell on top of the wall. "This is really dangerous," Emma Fest exclaimed, dodging the icy rocks that were falling around her. "Whoa, Jesus, whoa, Mama!" And then more boulders fell on her. Stephen rushed towards her. "Emma-Fest, don't worry, I'll dig you out." Whatever Emma-Fest was trying to say couldn't come out to Stephen. Larger icicles fell around them. "We've got to get Stephen out of there," yelled Pearl. Garnet looked over to Stephen. "I'm sending you back to the table." "But, Garnet, how are you gonna—" Stephen was interrupted as Garnet created a bubble around them. "You can bubble me?" "Garnet, no!" Pearl shrieked, running over towards them. But Garnet already trapped them inside the bubble and sent it away. "Watch your head," she stated as more ice boulders crashed upon them. "It's all right," Spinel whispered, holding the bubble containing the centipede's gem closer. "I'm sorry we had to do this." A pop in Stephen's yell unfortunately broke Spinel over her tranquility as she accidentally dropped the bubble and turned around. "Stephen?" "Oh, hey, Spinel." Stephen laughed awkwardly, spinning around the bubble. "I'm back." Spinel wasn't relaxed. "Why are you bubbled? Did Garnet send you? What happened?" Stephen wasn't given any time to answer. His bubble popped and landed on the floor. Spinel ran up to him, a worry written on her face until she heard another bubble pop, and then turned around to see the centipede's bubble had popped yet again as well. "Oh, shoot!" Spinel wrapped her arms around Stephen and backed away as a gem formed a humanoid figure. Before fur grew out of the figure and controlled it into the centipede. "Whoa, what's happening?" Stephen asked the Spinel in fear, who didn't reply. The centipede formation stared at them and hugged each other tightly. However, the formation shrunk and reformed into a smaller version of the centipede as it dripped from its jaws and turned around. Snapping a bit with fear, Spinel and Stephen opened their eyes. "Nipfile?" Spinel grumbled gently. A small corrupted gem apparently known as Neprite, right? Gargled more and shivered, still looking around. Letting go of the pink gem, Stephen walked towards it. It looked so scared. "Stephen!" Spinel shouted. Stephen ignored her and laid on the ground, crawling closer to Neprite. Hi, it's okay, look. Please don't be afraid of me or Spinel." Spinel blinked in surprise on how well he was treating the corrupted gem, still not moving. The boy smiled kindly. "See, I'm not gonna hurt you. Neither is she. So yeah, just relax." Neprite actually listened and smoothed her mane down. "Yeah, that's it. Doesn't relaxing feel nice?" Spinel got down to the ground and crawled beside Stephen. "Hey, Neprite. Good to see you're okay." Hey, Neprite stared at her, but showed no hostility. "You still want to come here and relax with us?" Stephen asked. Neprite appearing to his interest. "Yeah, we can only hang out and relax here on the floor." The centipede-like gem slowly stepped over them, and Spinel smiled. "Yeah, that's just it. Just the three of us. We're all your friends." Stephen held out his hand to the gem. "My name is Steve." "Stephen! Spinel! Get away from that thing!" Pearl's shout scared the three of them, and another gem just stood in the distance of the burning room. Garnet leaping towards Amethyst, adding, "Whoa, dude! Wait, Garnet!" Spinel tried to stop the magenta gem, but she ignored her and threw in front of the Nemfire. Here. Pearl pulled Spinel and Stephen away. "This is a terrible idea, and he's even managed to pop a bubble and let that awful thing." "No!" screamed Spinel, shoving Pearl and blocking her from the smaller monster. She's no awful thing. She's just a gem like us. And don't get mad at Steven. Finn was the one who popped the bubble. What? Pearl asked as she held Steven tighter. On accident, she said. Steven escaped from the pale gem's grasp and stood right in front of Spinel. Please don't hurt it, Garnet. Emfrey didn't even try to hurt us. She's only scared and confused. Give her a chance, please. Garnet then stared at her for a moment. I can't say no to that face. Excuse me, Pearl objected. You can't be serious. Spinel relaxed, laying her hands on the boy's shoulders. Thank you, Garnet. I think you and Steven could try to tame it. No, Spinel cut off Garnet. Steven should. He's better at handling this than I am. Garnet paused, but nodded. Steven ran up to her and gave her a hug. MFS laughed. Shut down by the G Squad. Pearl laughed. Well, at least we'll take some precaution. Outside, the crystal gems and the lion stood in front of the rock. Memfry chained up to it. All right, Steven, said Garnet. Let's see if we can get it to calm down. Steven looked unsure and watching Emfrey snapping its jaws at them. She seems a little scared. As if it was on a cue, one of the chains broke from the acid and the gems and the lion braced themselves to fight. But Spinel held her in Lon's arm to block their path. I don't think threatening her is helping. Steven then turned around. Yeah, well, maybe watching this from the house does. Pearl then shook her head. Absolutely not, Steven. Finn can handle it. Garnet spelled her gunlets. Garnet, Pearl. As Garnet walked away, MFS laughed. Oh, you just got garneted. Ha! She and Pearl and the lion followed. Spinel rolled her eyes at the purple gems tomfoolishly, but looked at Steven and crouched down. Do your thing, sweetheart. She kissed his forehead and then after ran over the other gems. Steven smiled and then turned to Nemphite. It's okay, friend. It's just us now. Nemphite broke free of the chains, gargling at them. Oh, calm. Steven laid back down on the sand. Just like before, we just gotta relax and let your hair down. Nemphite listened to the smooth move in her mane again. You want to try coming over here, huh? Steven held up his hand to her and she sniffed to Lon's side. Don't worry, it won't be like before, like how we try something else. He sat down and reached into his jacket. What's this? He pulled out a bag of chaps. Chips! Hips, you like chips? You want a chip? Yeah? He cooed, opening up the bag and pulling out a chip. Oh, look at this chip. Yum, yum, yum. He ate the chip. Tasty. Try it. As Steven held up another chip, Nemphite crawled towards him and inspected the food. Yeah, that's it, he encouraged it. Smells good, right? The corrupted gem then snatched the chip in its jaws and ate it, the acid drooling around its toothy mouth. Steven then laughed a bit. You don't know how to eat the eyeball what's in your mouth, but I'm glad you like it. He stood up and then backed away, holding another chip, and Nemphite followed him. He held up the chip again, and a great gust of wind blew it out of its fingers, and Nemphite caught it and ate it. Steven laughed around and tossed the chips around him. Hey, come on! Nemphite came over and ate the chips, hips falling around her. You love chips, do you? I love chips, Steven sang, laughing and holding a handful of chips. Yeah. Just then a seagull bit his hand and forcing him to yelp and drop the bags. The seagull began to eat some of the chips. Steven even tried to shoo it away. Shoo! Get lost! Those aren't for you! The seagull angrily squawked and flapped its wings at them. A spray of acid splashed between them. Steven turned around, seeing Nemphite growling and drooling acid. What are you doing? The seagull squawked back, Nemphite answering with a snarl and another spray of acid. The bird then flew away and avoided the acid, and then Steven stared at the corrupted gem, eyes like the stars. You saved me. But we have to go back for the shooting star, Pearl retorted, but it had stopped when they heard Steven Finn enter with Nemphite. Spinel, Garnet, Pearl, MFS, he greeted. Oh, hi, Steven. Did you tame her? Spinel said happily inquired, much to Pearl's disbelief. Even better, I trained her up. Steven said, made a squawking noise, causing Nemphite to spray acid at the beam of the house. Steven squawked again, and another spray of acid narrowly missing Garnet and Spinel, hitting the crystal wall. Steven! Pearl walked beside the fridge. You can't just... She ducked before the acid could splash on her, and a picture frame of her was melted slightly, giving her a grumpy expression. Spinel fought that back from smiling as MFS laughed. That was awesome. Stephen squawked again, and Nemphite shot another spout of acid onto MFS's sandwich. No, me morta, she grieved over the melting sandwich. Stephen, this is unacceptable, Pearl scolded. Oh, come on, Pearl, Stephen complained as she held up a chip to feed the Nemphite and petted her mane. She can help us on missions and stuff. Oh no, Pearl shook her head. Out of the question. Aw, Stephen sighed in disappointment. Spinel got a shocked glare at her teammate. I don't see anything wrong with that. Stephen will be able to keep her cool while we return to the ice cavern. MFS sat up. Well, I don't know how we're going to get through those ice boulders without causing an ice in a way. Spinel looked at the acid covering the beam of the wall and then turned to Memphite again. She's how Stephen then blanked and Memphite continued to drool the acid on the floor. I just don't know if this will work, said Pearl. Stephen made a squawking noise and Memphite spitting acid, forming a hole in the cavern wall. Alright, Memphite, Stephen then rhymed as he gave it a few chips to her. Spinel now grinned, knowingly Pearl, who grumbled, and stepped over the melting rocks. Shooting star, here we go, Spinel whispered and cheered, lifting Stephen and Nemphite over the acid, followed by Garnet and MFS. The crystal gems were corrupted gem ventured through the ice cavern, stopping at a few possible dead areas, only for Nemphite's acid to create holes enough to fit through them. They momentarily stopped when they saw a skeleton, but corrupted gem dashed through it, making a big hole enough for all the gems to walk in. Garnet pushed her way out of the cracks as the other gems did. They gazed in awe at the sight of the room. Crystalline spikes jutted out of the ground and ceiling, multiple colors, and even the center. There was all a small pool, containing the crystal with small spikes. There it is, the shooting star. Pearl rushed over to the pool, and with the others behind her, with the pale gem's eyes gleamed. An ancient elemental, so hot and so violate. It could be contained with ice. Bare skin cannot endure its intensity. Spinel great Galamis at her friend. I cannot endure your face. What should you do with the shooting star? Stephen asked. MFS shrugged. You shoot it. Spinel sighed in annoyance. Pearl then stepped aside. Garnet, you'll have to use your gunlets as to not hurt your hands. Garnet crouched down, summoned her gunlets, and dipped her hands into the pool. However, she stopped when Nemphite spazzed out of sight, her mane bristling. Stephen rushed towards her. No, not now! What's wrong? Spinel asked him, joining his side. Something's wrong. Garnet knit face down towards him. Nemphite only became more scared, but shot up more acid upwards, spinning her jaws with only a brief of stalix that started to crumble and fall. Spinel hugged both Stephen and Nemphite close, hovering over her body over to protect them. The other gems ducked as well, the pool of erupting into steam, scaring Nemphite out of the pink gem's arms. Stephen! Yelled Pearl, hopping over the pool and summoning the spear. I knew this would happen. Pearl, no! Spinel now protested, pushing Stephen close to the wall and lunging herself onto Pearl, who whacked her with a spear, and Spinel was slammed against the wall, leaving a crack on the wall. A large satellite gained a crack from the impact. Spinel! Pearl, stop! Stephen ran over to them, but the pink gem was pushed away just before in a particular large ice crystal fell. Stephen fell backwards into Memphite, but of course, and gargled loudly in fear and scurried off. No, Memphite, I'm sorry! Stephen called out to her. But the little corrupted gem didn't listen. Charging towards Garnet and MFS, Pearl blocked her way, only for Spinel to lunge at her again, pleading, don't do it, and then sent them crashing down to the wall again. The crack on it, the large satellite, worsened. Nemphite snarled and growled at the glare of the four wounded gems, three of them shielding themselves from what seems to be staring back at her in worry. Stop! Stephen ran in between her and the gems. You don't need to fight. Nemphite growled and responded. Stephen began to cry. It isn't you. You're not a monster anymore. Spinel knew your name, Nemphite. He walked towards her, causing her to back away. We have so many memories now. Remember the chip times and how you saved me from those vicious seagull and how we became best friends? Nemphite stopped and Stephen hugged her. You have to remember, this has all happened today. The corrupted gem continued to gargle and drool over its jacket. Spinel then watched in concern. Slowly, Nemphite calmed down and relaxed in Stephen's hug. However, the large Sceptical gave way, toddling towards him. Nemphite quickly pushes Stephen away, landing in Spinel's overstretched arms. "No!" Stephen cried. The satellite then landed upon the corrupted gem, crushing her. "Nemphite!" Spinel screamed and Stephen began to wail. Then she poofed her gem and landed on the rolling of her feet. Spinel now fell to her knees. Stephen's eyes were welling with tears. "You saved me." "Oh, Stephen," Spinel cooed, hugging Stephen and the Nemphite's gem. "You did everything you could for her. You made friends with her. Rose would have been so happy and proud for you, even if she weren't properly heal her." "Oh, Stephen." Stephen looked up. "Really?" Spinel nodded with Garnet, adding, "Rose Quartz had tried to use her powers to save us from those monsters too, but she was never able to heal them." "Never?" Stephen looked at the gems. But she couldn't do it." "Who knows?" stated Pearl. "Maybe when you have better control of your powers, you might be able to help them in any way your mother couldn't." "Even this one," Spinel pointed at the gem. Stephen nodded, holding the gem. "I'll keep it safe," and bubbled it, surprising the other gems. "Stephen, you can't bubble gems," claimed Pearl. Spinel smiled. "She'll be just fine in the burning room." "Right." Stephen then stared at the bubble gum. "Wait for me, Nemphite. I promise I'll heal you up someday." The bubble then went away before it reached to his jacket. "Oh no, wait!" At the burning building, the bubble containing Nemphite's gem had appeared, along with the bag of chaps appeared as well.